It's like 60 degrees in my house.
Breezy.
I'm like using my white slippers right now. It's low-key. Most comfortable thing of all time. All right,
And you ready?
ready.
Boom. Welcome back. Welcome back to the TNEC cast. It's your man Shuff with the man the weapon K. And like I always say, we are the TNEC cast, episode 43. Man, we've been rocking for a while. And then what's even crazier, I think we alluded to it last week because I think next month ends up being a year.
Yeah,
Got
on
to
the
start in
5th. Yeah.
February. Yeah, so wow. Yeah, so we took unfortunately it's not 52 episodes just yet, but
Yeah.
we had things happen, but yeah, we're here, we're here. I'm really excited for this topic. But Kay, how are you feeling?
I'm chilling. Most importantly, healthy. Thank God. Today, we're going to be talking about. Actually, let's double back for 5 seconds. Because next Saturday, we have the posing clinic. Can you talk about the posing clinic?
So real quick before we talk about the poster camp, like, comment, subscribe.
The big three. Go ahead.
I meant to do that. So it's actually in 2 weeks. So it's on the 29th. So
Okay, yeah.
so the poster camp, kind of like to preliminarily kick off the season. It's going to be a nice info session for NFF, but it's one of those things where all federations are welcome. So it's not just NFF, but yeah. So it's one of these things where we want athletes, coaches, especially new athletes, to come fellowship, learn about the sport, learn about the federation, learn from pros, learn from judges, talk to judges. If you're a coach, come there, understand the federation. Because if the more federations you understand as a coach, the more you can offer. So you can get so you can get more athletes. We're gonna have a lot of giveaways. Giveaways sponsored by Gaspari. Giveaways sponsored by Toxic Angels Bikini. Can I talk about the TNEC giveaway?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah, so Kyrie, what he's decided to do, he wants to sponsor two athletes into the. I want to move and point to it, but then I'll go away. For the Dallas Showdown Classic, so a male and a female lucky athlete at the clinic. We're gonna do a giveaway, and they're gonna get a free registration. Well, for them, free registration into the show. So again, it's just a good way to kick off the season. The first shows are kind of getting ready to kick off in February. So this is just gonna be a way to say, hey, we're back. Some people will be getting ready to go into prep. And it's just like, and the other thing is you can never pose too much. That's like, there's a few things in our, like, you can't lift too many weights and you can't do too much posing. And because one thing that we always talk about is the more, like, for example, you take, Kyrie and myself, we don't pose the same way we did when we shared the stage back in
Yeah.
2019. Our posing is totally different, because our physiques are totally different. And, that's how it's to be. So posing, it's a constant evolution. So yeah, but yeah, that's really it. Glad we got to talk more about that. And ironically enough, I don't know at the time of by the time anybody's watching this is still true. We had somebody that wasn't able to make it, so we actually had 2 slots open back up. So we're gonna
Bingo.
offer that back out to the public, let people know that there's more slots. So yeah.
Yeah. Emphasis on doesn't matter which federation you compete in, NPC, OCB, NFF, it doesn't really matter. I was competing at the NPC whenever I went to the posing clinic with at Space City Gym, the last one, and I learned a lot from Laz. And his way of posing and stuff like that. But most importantly, it's all about the networking. Most importantly, it's all about the network and actually like getting in contact with the community, because sometimes you do feel like you're on the island in bodybuilding, because like bodybuilding is the 1% of the 1%. You're the 1% of the 1% that goes to the gym.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course you can sign up for a show, but 80% of them drop off, 8 weeks out, 12 weeks out, because life happens, you know what I mean? So, and that's why it's very important, segue into assembling your Avengers, bro. Assemble your super team,
Yes.
the pivotal pieces of your life that can take you further. So, Isaac, go ahead, tee it off, brother.
All right, so it's funny, I think I do this every episode now. I always allude to the fact, how we speak before. So we were talking about networking, And then we're like, then we went to the phrase that, a lot of you probably have heard before, your net worth is your network, so basically talk about who's around you. So then Kay was like, let's call this assembling your Avengers. So I was like, yeah, I like that, because I do not care. I'm a Marvel nerd, and I will say it
brother.
loudly. I go 3:00 in the morning to watch them, all that stuff. So proud of that. But in all seriousness, you gotta think about it. When assembling a team, everybody plays a role. And unfortunately, my Cowboys, we didn't play the roles we were supposed to play, but we're there. But everybody plays a role on that team, right? Now, what I think what people forget. So TNEC, we're a team. NFF, there's a leadership team. There's a whole bunch. As a person, you're a member of a whole bunch of different teams usually. Your work team, your family's a team. You have all these different teams that you're a part of. How do you branch out to strengthen your team or to join a team? By networking, by talking. And a lot of people, now I come from, my background is in sales, so I got used to just talking to people. I didn't know who they were or whatever. I just got used to being able to talk to people, ask questions, things of that nature. But when you're like, going back to the Avengers, you got people from other planets joining this team. So there's something that has to happen, and now bring it to a more realistic situation. It's that talking. You may the missing piece of your Avengers may be at your gym. Yeah. The missing piece of your Avengers may be that uber talented person that just lacks direction, and where they are working, you happen to walk in that day, and it was meant for you to speak to that person. That's why it's so important, because you don't know what door will open when you just talk to people. Mm-hmm. And now I get it, because I can be pretty daggone closed off, but just having these conversations, because this is part of why we kind of chose this topic. Having these conversations, it just the world just opens up, because now all of a sudden you create you create an ally. Now it's like, hey, because now none of us are perfect. None of us can do it all. Sometimes we want to act like, but so what happens when you have these conversations with people you don't know, you may have a strength that they lack, and they may have a strength that you lack. And guess what? Let's work together. Mm-hmm. And that's how things begin to move forward. Because you look at some, partnerships. You look at Wozniak and Jobs. Wozniak was the technical side. Jobs was the marketing ideas side. You marry those together, and you have $1 trillion company. But that came from talking and knowing each other and understanding. You gotta talk, because now when you're talking about it, building your Avengers. So now you've networked, right? You're figuring things out. Who you keep around you. If the Avengers was, just a bunch of just the Hulk. Well, it would have made for some pretty entertaining stuff. If it was just the Hulk before they melded, it would have been all about mayhem and destruction versus, hey, what are we going to do once we win? Mm-hmm. Are we going to have a plan to rebuild the earth or rebuild wherever, all these different things. So when we talk about bringing it back to networking and assembling, your network is your net worth. Do you have the right people around you? Do you have people around you that are going to hold you accountable? Do you have people around you that are better than you at something? I always, because one of the things that you hear a lot, if you're the smartest person in the room, you need to leave that room. You can't help if you're the smartest person in the room. That's why I don't like that. I get the metaphor behind it, mm-hmm. But I'm like, I don't like that, because if so all of a sudden I just walked into this room because I'm the smartest person, I should walk out. No, that doesn't mean you can learn from something. You actually learn a lot from somebody that's not smarter than you, because you may be smarter or more intelligent, but they have different experiences. You can learn from their experiences. They tell you about something that you've never experienced before. Now it gives you a different perspective. But now as you're building everything around you, you need, it's a direct reflection. Now, something I agree with, if you are around 6 millionaires, eventually you'll be the 7th, because you'll pick up some of their habits and things like that. If you're around 6 bums, you will eventually be the 7th bum. It's just now that's just the law of averages because that's what you're consuming, that's what you're believing, talking about all these different things. So now if the Avengers were just all people that were scared to fight, we wouldn't. There would have never been the movies. We wouldn't have, Infinity War, Endgame, and all that fun stuff. It just wouldn't even been a movie. You know what I mean? But in your life, think about like the main 5 to 10 people that you talk to. Look at what they're doing. I don't know if I want to say like rank them or whatever, and then see where you are. You're probably a summation or an average of those people from whether it be a financial standpoint, a success standpoint, however you want to look at it. But I mean, I look at who I'm around and I'm pretty daggone happy with it because everybody that I consider in my circle, even if they aren't where they want to be, they're literally on their way, and I can like actually speak to how they are on their way. It's not because I think they're going to. No, they're actually taking the steps. And you're seeing the empirical data that shows yes, they are getting better. You know what I mean? So I'm happy with who I have around me, but I can still add because you just never know what's going to happen. Sometimes people just go. They blast off, and maybe they could pull you with them. Maybe they can't. I don't know, but but what I'm saying is, before I pass it over to Kay, understand that you choose who's around you. You choose who you speak to. You choose who you listen to. You choose what you absorb. So make sure it's people that I don't necessarily that you want to be like, but make sure that it's when I say like-minded, you don't have to, for example, you both want to be successful. I mean, I know technically everybody wants to be successful, but you're both willing to work for it. You may take different avenues, different routes, all these different things. It may be, our industry is fitness. It may be somebody else doing it through engineering, but you have that same angle. Perfect example. I use my man Tom. So Tom, he's killing the YouTube game. He supports his family off of video games. If you'd have told me that 25 years ago that was possible, I'd be like, what are you talking about? He supports his family off of that. So he does something totally different than what I do, but we still are bouncing off of each other and everything like that because we have that same angle, provide for our families, provide a legacy, all these different things. So it's like it's that constant, it's that intrinsic push. You see what I'm saying? So Kay, what are you looking for when you are assembling your Avengers or collecting your Infinity Stones, Thanos?
So that's funny because I actually wrote down, talk about why I joined TNEC in the first place, right? And it was during my deployment. This is post like quarantine, so this is like June of 2020, right? Fresh off the block. I think I sent you the photo of like me lifting up the iron, and it was in the scorching heat. But I was sitting there and I was talking to my wife, and I was like, man, I really need to be around people just to kind of uplift me. Be around people who can, at least hold me accountable. I don't need someone to hold me accountable, but that extra, I'm like, hey, bro, like, you slacking in this area, even if it's not fitness. It's like, hey, bro, you slacking in life. You're slacking in business. You're slacking in your relationships. You should use this time to, cultivate your relationships, yada, yada, yada. And I was like, man, I'm about to hit up Isaac. Man. I'm about to do it. She was like, hey, go for it. Because I knew you guys had something special. And I was like, there's no way. It's funny enough. I was like, there's no way this is a team without a group chat. Because I wanted to be a part of the group chat to be like, yo, what are y'all doing? Mm-hmm. How can I elevate you? And it was funny because I also wanted to join the No Excuse Crew just to win you guys championships. That's it. Because I acknowledge that I'm not really good at the business side of things. I'm not. But I'll win some championships, bro. I'll bring some championship rings home now. Like, I don't mess around when it comes to that. Yeah. And that's when I was like, okay, what is Isaac really good at? He's good at talking. Cool. Now you're my mouthpiece. Now I was like, whenever we're at the posing clinic, you're like, hey, let me introduce it. Because I know that's not my strong suit. I'm just a low, I'm just chilling in the corner. You're like, I'm just like, yo, what's up? I'm cool. yeah, I do this physique thing, you know what I mean? I kind of have a good physique, bro. You want to look at my waist? You know what I mean? Where it's just like, Isaac's like, yo, this is what we're planning on doing. This is our next moves. Da, 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 da. And it's kind of like that mentorship as well, because, offline we'll be talking about, hey, on the back end of things, this is what's going on. So if you're ever in a situation, or like you're 50 years old, you're retired from the game, you want to promote your own show, this is how you do it. Game might change a little bit, but still. But that's just me being humble enough to know that I don't know it all. Being like, I need fill in the blank here. I need a mouthpiece. Doc, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I need a support system. I need someone to be like, hey, Coop, you're stupid. You want to do what with what? Calm down. And that's also with Kyle. Because me and Kyle have some offline conversations and being like, he's like, could we? Yes. Would it be wise? No. So it's a good balance there. Also, right back to Kyle, he actually got me in good contact with Tristan down in Orlando. Because I was like, hey, where you want to go train? He's like, I know this dope gym and stuff. I know the owner. Now I know the owner of that gym. You see what I'm saying? So I hit him up whenever I'm in Orlando. Hey, bro, like I did. I was like, hey, Christmas Day, you guys open? Yeah, for a few more hours, I got you, bro. And it's the power of just talking. Mm-hmm. Talking. Also, making yourself available to talk. Of course, no one wants to call somebody when their phone is on Do Not Disturb all the fucking time. Oh, I did it. If you're not available, no one's gonna bother you, bro. Mm-hmm. If you're not gonna put yourself out there, trust me, no one's gonna be coming looking for you. Mm-hmm. At least you gotta, hey, like I was telling you, whenever I walk through the gym now, I do one of these. Mm-hmm. Just to make sure if anyone needs, like, there was a dude that was like, hey, how do you hit your lats? I got you. That's my cup of tea. It's not like I have to fake anything. It's just like, no, like, I know exactly what to do. I got you. Let me teach you. What's your name? Where you from? What do you do? Oh, you do dope graphic design? Oh, that's dope. Let me get your Instagram. Boom, 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 boom. Just like that. Just a simple conversation. Not like, but this is where it can get kind of confusing because people can be like, okay, but now you're looking at how you can use other people. At the end of the day, as long as your heart's saying, how can I serve this person? Then it's like, at the end of the day, you good. You solid. Now I got a question. I know on the first episode, we actually talked about the origin of the No Excuse Crew. Mm-hmm. But did you have that in mind whenever you were...
In terms of...
Like, bringing a group of people from different planets.
The short answer is yes. Obviously, we're not going to go short answer, but the short answer is yes. Because basically how it started was basically on social media. It was a few of us that were just doing cardio early in the morning. And we were saying no excuse, and I just, hey, we're the No Excuse Crew. And it was just, and then as it started to develop and then it became a thing, I was like, that's really what it was. It was about, hey, if you're a part of this lifestyle, competition, well, at the time there was no competition, but whatever, you're a part of this. You're a part of this crew that we just don't make excuses. That's the one. There's a lot of things about a lot of us, but the one thing that we have in common is that we don't make excuses. It's kind of like the Avengers. The one thing that all of them have in common from all these different walks of life is that they will avenge. If something went wrong, they're going to avenge it. So like with us, our common denominator is that we don't make excuses. If we don't get it done, we say we screwed up, give us some time, we're going to fix it, and, it's funny the way it developed because if, you would have talked to me, 6-7 years ago, I wouldn't have known about the bodybuilding aspect of it because that was not even a thought. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But like the way it's grown, I think I would have been like, yeah, that's pretty damn, I'm okay with that, and where we're going, you know what I'm saying? Like, but it was a vision of, how many people can we get to put down the excuses and come roll with us?
Mm.
That was like, I would say, kind of like the vision and the mission of that. And now you have one banner, to be under, the No Excuse Crew. I'm that, to be able to say now, short of TNEC, I'm TNEC. And that mean and what's really dope in 2022, it means something to say that.
Mm.
Like, you can say that in a lot of places and people know exactly who and what you're talking about. So it's pretty cool to become a house. I wouldn't say a household name. I'm not gonna go that far, but to become a recognizable name and a recognizable brand off of a hashtag, off of a thought process of, we're not gonna make excuses. So, so I would say that was, like I said, that I definitely gave the long answer, but yeah, that was the goal, that was the motive, that was the idea.
Right. Now, here's $1 million question. What is something on your team that you need right now?
So number one, I'm looking for. I say we, but I'm for to directly work with me. I'm looking for a female athlete that either does athletic, figure, or bikini. We need one more amateur. If it's a pro, we'll take it. But I'm looking for another amateur because I want to develop somebody into a pro. But what honestly, what we need somebody, we need another athlete that is somebody that can that wants more. And when I say that wants more, I think it's a prerequisite of joining us that you want to win. That's like, you kind of see the way we all move. Mm-hmm. So if you don't want to win, you're
the wrong boat. Yeah.
But somebody that wants more, i.e., they want to grow our sport and they're willing to do the things off stage to make that happen. Mm-hmm. We're doing it with the TNEC cast, the Oppo Cam's putting on shows, and all the other millions of things that we're doing. We need somebody else. And at the end of the day, we need more people like that, period. But we need another one right now. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And preferably somebody on the East Coast. Because outside of the fact that I'm from Jersey, and then, we do have, we have an athlete there now, and I got family there, we don't have actual representation there.
Gotcha.
That's what we need. That's what we need. That's what we need.
So what about your personal Avengers? I mean, you already got a basketball team in your household, so I think you solid, dog. I think you solid, dog.
My personal event. I need a true financial whiz.
Yeah.
Because I'm actually, I used to be terrible. I could make money, but boy, I could spend that thing. Like, I was bad. Mm-hmm. And I'm pretty good with finances. And like, there's things that I have, a lot I learned from bad, but I need somebody that can, from a personal standpoint, that I know that could help me take everything and go up to another level. Because, all right, where I'm at right now, I know there's a lot more levels, and I'm going to get to them. And I'm not trying to take a shortcut or anything like that, but I think getting somebody in my circle that really knows that financial realm and is in a higher level in the financial realm, mm-hmm. help me and help everybody else that I'm connected to be able to raise us all up. Because there's things I'm learning, man. I'm just like, wow. Like, I'm gonna tell y'all this, man. If you don't believe this, and I have huge love and admiration for teachers, so this ain't on them. This is on the system. There's so much that we just are not taught. We're just flat out not taught. And you know what I'm saying? If you don't get to move in the right circle or whatever, you're never gonna learn it. And you're wondering why. How is this dud doing so much better than me? Like, I've had a conversation with him. He thinks, 77. You know what I'm saying? How is this joker doing all this? And I'm here toiling away, barely making it. It's because that person, kind of what we've talked about, what they got exposed to. You know what I'm saying? So I'll pose the question to you. What do you need in your, personal circle Avengers?
I need for my Dragon Ball Z fans out there, I need a Vegeta to my Goku. You see what I'm saying? I need someone that, like truly wants, you know what? No. I need an enemy. That's what I need. But like, not like on some like war type. Yeah, exactly. Something like, like, yeah, I'm working. Why aren't you working type deal? But at the end of the day, we're brothers. I think that's because people, if you want to unite a group of people, find a common enemy. Yeah. And job is done. Yeah. Right? Look at war, right? You get a group of troops, like, this country is the enemy, and they're going to be the band of brothers, literally. Because they all can come together against the common enemy. However, like, if I had an enemy, if I had someone just nipping at my heels, or it was just like one step above me, ooh, we could just hunt together, that would be powerful.
So that's a good I'm trying to find how I want to word it. So what would you rather have? Would you rather have somebody chasing you, or would you rather be chasing somebody?
Chasing somebody.
Yeah,
yeah, like, because like if you're better than someone, it's just like short. I don't know. There's kind of a level there where it's just like, okay, I'm only running fast because they're on my heels, rather than like, well, I gotta. It's like chasing a big bro, right? It's like being the big bro. It's cool because you're always gonna come out on top. You see what I'm saying? But like being a little bro to a big bro, that changes the game because you always have to prove something. You always have to, do something better. You gotta go.
So our sport is weird because in a way you can end up on the same stages, but so I'll say even when you the total summation of our sport, the two biggest shows are Olympia and Arnold. Yeah. Some people are like, oh, well, what are these now? Those are the two. So one, it's actually been pretty rare that somebody wins Arnold and wins Olympia. Yeah, that hasn't been happening a lot. So there's that. Yeah. And so what I'm saying is, in our sport, it's hard to chase somebody or even be chased outside of, because there's some people that are almost, I hate to say it, they're okay with it, but they just want to win the Arnold, and there's some people that want to just win the Up. You know what I mean? So you can rival somebody for one of those titles, but in our sport, it's tough. So it's probably going to end up being an offline conversation too. I think that you need to definitely be the hunter right now, because you got to find that person. Because right now, hopefully you find somebody that you beat at Texas Cup, or you beat at the next show, that you see them again. Yeah. Because it needs to be your magic to Bird. Because the thing is, like, we've seen it in sports before. You're a little bit too young for this one. But was it Dan and Dave? So basically, the '92 Olympics, there were two decathletes, and they made this big deal about it. Reebok had this dope campaign. It was Dan versus Dave, and they get the commercials that had them doing all this stuff against each other. Mm-hmm. The one dude, he got to the Olympics and he folded like a napkin. I mean, the other dude, I'm 99% sure he won the gold that year. I'm pretty sure he did. Mm-hmm. I know he medaled, but the other guy, so they sold this rivalry. And so it's like, you got to find your Bird to your Magic.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Because the thing was, see, Jordan, when Magic, Bird, and then Isaiah came up, he was getting whooped by them. Mm-hmm. So when he got to the throne, he didn't have a rival. Because he kept winning. He didn't have nobody.
Exactly. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So it's the same thing. That's why you almost can't even say Wilt and Bill Russell. I know I'm going way old school on that, because Bill Russell won all the time. Mm-hmm. Magic and Bird are perfect. Because you can't even say Peyton and Tom Brady, because Tom Brady got way more of the. Way more. That's what because it pushes you, because now you cannot slack. Period. You can't, because man, he working. he worked. You know what I mean? So I like that you brought that up because you got to find because I mean, and then the other thing is like I know you said you need it and you know you need it. That doesn't mean it's only one.
Exactly. It could be a concept. It doesn't even have to be a person.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So think about that whenever you guys are, digesting this episode. Say, what do I need? Or what do I want?
Mm-hmm.
In my quote unquote Avengers.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's one thing to be like, oh, I have it all. It's just like, but do you though? How can you truly optimize your life? And I think that's a big one for 2022 for me. How do I optimize every facet of my life so just kind of
TopOptimize.com.
literally, right? Oh man, I got to get his logo on here. Yeah, I'll do that after for episode 44. But how do I optimize every aspect of my life so I can truly operate at a high level? Because that's what LeBron does. He spent millions optimizing his body so he can continue to play at a high level at year 19. It's crazy. Insane. But yeah, do you have any final words?
No, just top optimize, support Kyle.
My boy.
He's getting his coaching. He's been doing his coaching business, but now he's like more officially really getting it off the ground, So shout out to him, man. Congratulations. Shout out to my boy Tyson, True Believer Fitness. Tap in with that. We always gonna show love to our people, man. We got a lot of people that support us in front of the scenes and behind the scenes. So we always make sure we show love to that. But yeah, other than that, like, comment, subscribe.
Yes, sir. And y'all take it easy. Peace.
Peace.